Good morning, eggheads, and welcome to Remedium Sentinels. We've got our coffee. Let's take a sip. It's hot. That's hotter than the sun. Right. Excuse me. So, first things first, Remedium Sentinels is a steampunky looking arena shooter robots type thing. Sounds awesome, I know. Second thing is I'm very sick, so I apologize about my voice and the occasional coughing. I'll try and cut it out. But shit happens. So the voice is very bad, but if I put a bass tone to it, it sounds quite nice. If I put an excited tone to it, it sounds like I don't know, just like nothing, I guess. So, what we've got here is a roguelike arena shooter. So, you can... Oh, I unlocked the church level. Oh, nice. So you can... I've played this a few times just to test it out and see what it's like. I'm unimpressed. But there is all these things to unlock, and it tells you how to unlock them and what to do, where to go, and whatever. You can unlock different robot suits. I've unlocked the Barbican. Excuse me. You go find them in the levels, which is nice, because it gives you incentive to move around, unlike some roguelikes where you can just stand in the same spot forever and nothing will really matter. I unlocked the Barbican because I explored the level I was on, the very first level, and then, I got this guy. He's a bit bigger, he's a bit beefier than the original character. Then there are a few others. Oh, wow, there's quite a few, actually. I didn't think there was that many. Ooh, that's pretty good. You'll find them, I assume it's one each level. Then you can buy upgrades. Now, this is the problem I have with this game. It's already lacking a lot of stuff. Which is why I was just surprised about how many robots they have. That's probably why they're lacking so much stuff here. These are the upgrades you can take with you through every run. You got max health, projectile amount, magnet, I guess. Auto repair, so you get a HP regen. Time control, I have no idea what this one is, and it's rather expensive, so I'm going to assume that releases like one of those time bombs that freezes everybody in place. And X-ray, which I think is a passive. That's also 3k. So this here is the amount of scrap I got for a run on the first level. The first run I didn't last very long, and it got me 70. Second one got me about 200. This run, the latest run, got me about 280. So, as you can see, you'd have to do a lot of runs to unlock time control and the X-ray. So there is, there's going to be a lot of grinding, I guess. But I'm going to assume that the scrap you gain gets, more the higher level you are. So, you can do an endless run or you can do normal. The point is, if you do it endless, you're probably going to die anyway. I died before I finished any sort of normal runs. So, I have unlocked the church. We'll probably go and do the church instead of doing the crossroads, because I've been on the crossroads. I've unlocked one of the robots for it. And I've pretty much defeated the level. Like it says there, contamination 1%. So I assume that means that I have 1% left of the level before we could move on. God damn. But we'll do the church as a brand new level to me, so let's give it a go. So this is the guy you... Piss. This is the guy you start with, the gladiator. He has a precursor. I don't know. It's a little grabby hook thing that comes out of his arm cannon. He has increased 20% for 3 seconds when he gets hit. Hitting is weird because it feels like you're not taking any damage, but you're almost dead. This is the one I got. He has the mortar. The mortar's actually pretty cool. He has 25% extra health, and he heals 1 health per second. I'm going to attempt to unlock Lamina. This is cool. I don't like the art style, don't get me wrong. I really don't like it. It's very basic, very square, very polygon. But I like the design. I think it's kind of cool. I'm always expecting to see a head on the shoulders, but nah, that never happens. Anyway, so let's go with the Barbican. So, it's WASD to move. You don't need to... Ooh, that seems really loud. You don't need to aim. The game aims for the nearest enemy or the nearest destructible item. That's important because if you're standing next to something that you can destroy, and enemies come near you, you will still aim for the destructible item for the time being. These boxes you can stand on, they give some form of power-up. Either they explode, killing everyone around you, or they freeze everyone around you. But you have to walk over them. Or, like that one, that was health. And that's what X-Ray will show you when you get that as a power-up. These little light things, it's just the same as any other roguelike. Now, the thing is, the problem with it is I think that everybody is trying to cash in on the whole Vampire Survivors thing. I know that a lot of people are like, no, I just really like this type of game and it's just good to build one. And I'm like, yeah, maybe. But there are so many of these arena shooters. Okay, Vampire Survivors wasn't exactly the first one to go. But it was the first one that got so much, like, traction. Excuse me. And, thus, I think everybody kind of wants it. So... this is another problem I have. I'm hoping this game is in early access. I actually didn't check it out. This was gifted by a viewer. I think if you want to get it yourself, it's a couple of dollars on Steam, I believe. Like, it wasn't, like, break the bank expensive, so go nuts, basically. So I haven't checked whether it's early access. I really gotta look at that. I'm gonna assume it is, because it looks like it's missing a few things. So this is the other problem I have with it. When you level up, you come with this screen with your 3 choices, like every other roguelike arena shooter. Let me take a sip. I have to look after my voice because it's been a bit ruined since my 12-hour stream. If you haven't watched that, by the way, the VOD is on YouTube. Go and watch it. So, this is the problem I have. It doesn't feel like it has that many choices. You get a choice of a new weapon. Awesome. So I can either take this, which is the weapon I have now. They called them all precursor, but that is essentially the weapon you're using. I think. You get a sword blade or you get a machine gun. There's like 3 others as well that will give you the choice of generic attack speed, generic damage, generic blah. But it feels like it lacks a lot in the way of... oh no! Maybe we do get a precursor. That is a new weapon, my bad. See, when I did this, the last one I did with the Barbican, I upped the precursor and I didn't gain the item on my robot. So I just assumed that they called it the wrong thing. Or it might have been a glitch or something. Oh, but apparently the mortar does have its own thing, so I'll get mortar. So, my ruling is, if somebody gifts a game to the channel, and it is within the TOS to play, then I will definitely play it, either as a video or on stream. Just because, you know, it's kind enough for people to gift stuff. Excuse me. It's kind enough for people to gift stuff, and I want to show that I give a shit, you know. I am very grateful for any gifts given to the channel. And if it's games, cool. 2 seconds. And we're back. Sorry about that. Okay, so you got generic movement speed 2, you got mines, you got sword blades. Sword blades kind of cool. Everything seems to work really well in the early level. And everything seems to work really badly at the later levels, which you expect. By the looks of it, the map's going for about 12 minutes, if I've got to guess. They might increase that time as you play through. Oh yeah, as you can see, there's a definite edge to the maps as well. We seem to be on some hovering platform somewhere. It's quite nice. The monster design is weird, because like you got what look like some form of fucked up seagulls, and then you got these weird 6-arm fucking people looking things. Very strange. And then you have the generic... Nice. Then you have the generic human-looking people running around. So, the emitter is actually really good. It's not like a constant thing. It's an attack. It's pretty good. Auto repair. That might be really nice, actually. I haven't had an auto repair. Also, I don't know what that symbol means. On auto repair, there's a little, like, snowflake symbol. I have no idea what that is. Maybe it means it slows me down in some way. Probably does. I wouldn't be opposed to a trade-off of power like that. If I get healing, which is going to be extremely powerful, I'd expect there to be some form of trade-off. Ooh, wow. We're getting auto repair again, okay. In my advice with the game like this is that you should really think about going for damage output before you start thinking about going for survivability. This game is kind of brutal in the way that when the enemies look like they touch you, they don't do damage, but then they do their attack and they deal a hell of a lot of damage. Usually somewhere between like 30 and something. Right, we've got Luminaire. So what we have to do to get him is you have to break the cage. Now this is what I meant about standing next to something that is breakable. God damn, that hellhound is a bastard. Go away. No, I just want to break the cage for Luminaire. His name's not Luminaire. Why am I saying it like that? It is now. That is Luminaire in there. The good thing is the amount of XP they give is generous enough. And the mortar explosions, though I can't increase my damage radius, I think I'm gonna die. What a bad time to have all these dogs. Yes. Everything has a really low, what's it called? A really low max level as well. Oh, there's no dashing. That is why we're not dashing, by the way. There is no sort of dashing ability in this game. We are slow. We are heavy. We are robots, for fuck's sake. That's kind of what I expect. Maybe a little booster pack on the feet wouldn't go amiss, but hey, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. It's nice to not always have that. Why is there a little fire thing on that? Maybe it makes my ship hotter and colder? I don't know. That's a thing I haven't seen yet, so I'm a bit confused. I mean, there's no gauge to say whether we're getting hotter and colder, is there? Try to... Ooh. Increases all damage by 10. I think we'll go for the... there we go. We got Luminaire. So, we unlocked another robot. Fantastic. By the looks of it, the robots get more and more powerful the further you go. Which is what I hope for. Because, like I said, the upgrades per, like, between levels... They look like they're lacking a little bit. Just lacking in actually making me somewhat stronger. Like, I gotta say, it's the same as Bounty of 1. They give you a chance to upgrade everything, but only by, like, the tiniest amount. So, like, I guess I can't be too mad this side. But it feels like there's just not enough stuff there that I can... Not enough choices. That looks like poison, doesn't it? Like a poison drop? Interesting. But decreasing damage by 20% is pretty hot. For survivability, I'll go for that, but I really want to actually get the... So the machine gun does really well when you get it to level 3. Level 4 machine gun and a max level machine gun is just a beast. Now as we've killed... we've unlocked the cage for the other robot. We don't actually have to run around much anymore. I don't believe there's too many more things for me to find. 10% more experience would be pretty nice. So as far as I can tell, increase damage by 10%, no worries. Is that like a mini boss? Oh no, they're just bigger. Yeah, as far as I can tell, there's not much more. I mean, you can go around, have a look, find things. You can still find scrap and stuff lying about to help you between levels. That is something you might want to do if you want to unlock stuff like the X-ray. But most of this is just, what does it remind me of? I guess the closest one, because of the lack of dash, the closest one I could deal with this is probably the, Dismember. Excuse me. The Dismember guys, because that, is a arena shooter that has its own way of doing things. Oh crap! I thought there was a, I thought there was going to be a bomb in there. That would have been really helpful. Crap! There wasn't a bomb in that one either. As you can see, as things progress, things get a little harder. The good thing about this is that runs are pretty short. About 10 minutes. Oh, okay. These, I did not know these boxes come back. That's pretty awesome. I don't really pay attention to a lot of things, you see. So it's always nice to figure something out. Having the boxes come back is really cool, actually. Because then if you do happen to camp in an area like what I am, there's like 4 or 5 boxes around me. Holy hell, that's a lot of enemies. Oh god. Oh god, run. Oh, could you run better? Okay, so it can get a little tricky as time progresses. The amount of enemies will increase. Their health will increase. Hopefully by that time your damage is increased. See, that sort of thing. Did you see that? That didn't feel like it was going to do a lot, and then boosh, there was a lot of damage. So I've never used this. I've never taken this as an upgrade because it sounds silly. Okay? Periodically make Sentinel invulnerable for a limited amount of time. Let's use it. I mean, why not show off these sort of things? So it basically means, I think, while that blue glow is around me, I ain't taking any damage. It's quite nice. There's a healing thing there, which I took, which I shouldn't have. Very silly of me. Oh my god, look at the size of that. Oh, it's not a seagull. What the fuck is that? Like some sort of phoenix thing? Well, now I know who's throwing those fucking bombs at me. I was always wondering who was doing that. Apparently it's this big bird guy. The other good thing that I do like about this, as far as I can tell, is none of the scenery, not much of the scenery is collidable. Oh, damn. So I can have the machine gun go up to level 4, increasing fire rate and damage by an extra 5%. Or I could have the mortar going to max with increasing fire rate by 20%, which would be really nice because that has an area of effect. Or I could decrease damage. I will go mortar. Instead of going defense, we'll go offense. Offense is the best defense after all. Thanks, America. But that was good. There was no enemies around me, but that was good. Ouch. Couldn't have the blue wavy thing, could you? Okay, so they increase the damage. So we got to about 50% through the level. As far as I can tell, 50% is about 7 minutes. Ooh. My health is looking pretty bad. As I walk this way, I seem to be... Oh, God. Oh, God. Any one hit, I'm dead. Fuck. Fuck. Okay, I lied. Any one hit now. There we go. So that's the end of the run. So that gives you your score screen. It tells you if you unlocked anything. I will check out the new unlocks as we go in. So, yeah. Got 15 upgrades. It was a pretty good run. I'm not going to lie. We got 100 of them. We survived for 8 minutes. So, my estimate on the amount of... Ooh, that's interesting. My estimate on the amount of time you take on this level before technically it's complete, is probably about 16 minutes. Somewhere near there. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm very, very sick. Right, so... we unlocked the Luminaire. We have unlocked the auto repair skill. Right, so the reason why I thought the level up was lacking is because I think it's on here. I think these are all things... Lose 10,000 HP. Okay. But it would unlock stuff, right? Interesting. Transmutation, eh? Okay. Right. That is interesting. I did not know there was a... Okay, so this game is starting to open up a lot more. Okay, I judged it too harshly too early on, okay? That was my bad. That was my bad. I didn't give it too much. There is a lot more than I expected. There's a lot more characters, which is nice. Now, there's something called a transmutation, which would be good. So that must mean like an extra upgrade upon upgrade. Obviously, all the levels as well. Oh, yeah, you can unlock the endless runs. So there's only 5 levels in total. Okay, so in order to clear it, you must 100% it. So far, we've managed to get 99% on the 1 level. Because of how quickly these go through, though, I can probably do another run now. Let's have a look at upgrades. So what I've been focusing on, as you can see, is I've been focusing on increased pickup range. Because these are also cheaper ones. And max health. I would, in all honesty, like to get projectiles. I think that would be really good, having like an extra number of projectiles. I think what would be a nice... Yeah, for now, I'll stick to getting auto repair. I know that it's a bit weird, but... Oh yeah, we can play with Luminaire now. The church, we managed to get through 67%. Do we try and finish with the crossroads? Let's try and complete the crossroads completely. Let's have a look at what Luminaire offers. So movement speed is up to 30%, but you get minus 15. We get saw blades. Let's give her a go. She's a new character after all. Guess I'm aware she's a robot, so she doesn't... Oh. Interesting. Oh, no! That's the starting item we get... Oh, crap. Oh, this is not going to be good. This is not going to be good at all. So as far... The sword blades just ain't that good. Oh, yeah. No, she's got great movement speed, but she's dead. She's just going to die. She's got less health than the other two. Lucky enough, I've given her a health regen. But the sword blades just are not that good, in my opinion. I mean, they're wrecking shit at the moment, because we're in the first minute of this game. Yeah, let's increase size and damage. Honestly, do I want to do that? I want to get machine gun and see if we can transmutate it. Honestly, that throws me off. When the machine gun turns into their head like that, it really throws me off. What the fuck? It starts spinning. So, like, this is a destructible object. Things like this, if you're using stuff like the mortar or the precursor or whatever it's called, being this close to a destructible building, you might want to be careful, because as enemies come close to you, you're not aiming for them. You're not, you're going to be focused more on the building because it's closer. The enemies still have to walk around it, and we are doing, like, very little damage. At least I feel like we are. I'm not a fan of the... Ah, crap it. Right, let's get the machine gun to level 2. Very nice. Get that bad boy up there, finally. So when you destroy those buildings, there are smaller versions of the buildings. They give you scrap and stuff. They probably give you other things as well. I've only ever seen scrap in them so far. I've only done full runs, so I can't exactly say whether they are full of anything else or not. But I guess it's not like a fat lot else. Decreased damage, yes please. There's not a fat lot else I can say about the game. I don't need to teach you how to play it, because it's just WASD, run away from enemies, destroy enemies, get upgrades. If you've been to this channel before, you see that we're very much all about the old Bounty of One, arena shooter style type games. No, we've only played Vampire Survivors once on this channel, because I got into Vampire Survivors before it got famous. And that's no word of a lie, I actually did. I was really addicted to it, like the entire world, apparently. And I was very, very into it. And I pretty much completed the entire game. I got as many of the unlocks and characters as I could be asked to do, and didn't really think about it after that. I played the shit out of it, that I just don't think it will do very well on the channel. I'm pretty sure the only episode I have of it hasn't done very well on the channel. It's not something people have asked me to play. I think that for myself, it's been played the shit out of, and for the entire world now, it's been played the shit out of. So it's kind of like, leave Vampire Survivors where it is, and let's test out some other stuff. I have a feeling that this alongside, I don't know what the date this came out, but I have a feeling this alongside some of the other arena shooters we've looked at have been made purely in competition to jump into the hype of the arena shooter. The arena shooters are great for me. They are good content to create. Oh my god, we're just gonna die. They're good content to create. They're fun to do. They are. Ooh, fucking hell. They feel like. They feel like a clicky game. You know, the easy clicker games that you can get where you're just idle simulators, all that shit. They feel like those games, but without the without having to be too idle. You can be idle, but you know, it's kind of like you don't have to. You have to. It's what is it? They call it casual gameplay. You can just chill with it. You don't have to like go nuts. Like if I was playing something like Tomb Raider, I'd have to be really invested. This I can kind of just like, yeah, it's no worries. I can watch like a program on the side. Yeah, it's good and chill. So like for me, that's why I like these sort of arena shootery games. I have to say though, playing so many different types, they all fall into the same problem, and that they're all the same. Because that's kind of how it works. When somebody adds a new mechanic in it, that's when I go a bit mental, you know. It's like, oh my god, this is different, finally. I've played so many, I own so many. But some of them I really like to highlight, like the Dismember one. Some of them I'm playing because they were gifted. Some of them I'm playing because I'm just interested in what they're like. Right, let's get healing. Because so far we are taking a lot of damage. And these saw blades are doing fuck all. I would like the, I'd like the machine gun to do its... Ah, god damn it. But does it only work for a certain length of time? I really want to break that wall, that like, building over there. I don't know how big we're meant to be in relation to everything, but there are small dead trees, but you could say that they are sapling type things. And it's kind of like, are we meant to be as big as a building? Is that meant to be a dog's home? Are we destroying like a dog's house? Is that what's going on right now? Like, I guess, actually, no, you can see how big we're meant to be. When you go into the menu and choose your character. You have the fucking, the blokes that have climbed up scaffolding to try and, like, fix the robots. I don't know if there's any story to this. We'll probably just make it up as we go along. If I play more of this, if you want me to play more of this, excuse me, if you want me to play more of this on the channel, then just, you know, holler at me. Whack it in the comments that you would like to see more of this, and I will play more of this. I would like to, myself, personally, I would like to see the other levels. I would also like to see the other robots and see what happens. But, you will have to, I'll have to play through it. So it's either whether I do it on camera or whether I do it off camera in my own sort of free time. It's entirely up to you guys. I'll probably still end up doing some stuff off camera, unless you're very specific about it. But, like, if you guys want to see it, I don't mind doing it. That goes with any game. If you guys want to see me play any game, just whack it in the comments. All of these are pretty bad. I will go for the emitter. So the emitter, just like any other weapon, the good thing is it has a bit of a pushback, but you shoot it. So it's not a constant damage effect around you. Let's get the machine gun. I really want to transmute this machine gun. So we actually managed to survive through that fucking mess. Machine gun's doing well again because we got it to level 4 now. Like I said, machine gun at level 3, level 4 actually does really well. Machine gun level 5, I think it constantly shoots. So it doesn't have this time where it just stops shooting, which is awesome. We could get the mortar. Oh, wow. I'll get more movement speed. So I can run away from these assholes. I am trying to get this to the end of the level. Now, if we were at 1% on 10 minutes... Wow, it was closer to 11 minutes. If 1% left on 11 minutes, then I'm going to assume it's either 11 minutes fully is the end of the level, or it is 12 minutes. But I don't know whether it is actually like... whether there is an end time. So like, did you just win it after 12 minutes? Or is it just going to keep counting? But essentially, you've cleared the area. I do like my movement speed. That's really nice. It didn't help us earlier, but we also just got another 10%. Now, we're working on a 40% plus movement speed because this character has 30% initially. So that's quite cool. I like that. The elite enemies, as you can see, bigger boys. A lot more health. Our damage does leave a lot to be desired. At a bullet of 10, 11 damage per bullet is not good. The sword blade does exactly the same on each cut. Each rotation it does. It's still only 10 damage. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I want to spare you as much of this grossness as possible that's happening in my throat and nose. So every now and again I will pause the recording. Yeah, so what was I saying? I can't remember. I had to clear the throat. So yeah, the damage feels a little bit low. I am actually going to... We haven't been hit for a while, and we got a good movement speed now. So I'm gonna put that as having some survivability. So I'm gonna put the emitter on. The emitter does seem to have this knockback effect as well. I don't know whether the knockback effect is only when people die, but there does seem to be a form of knockback. Also, the damage is a lot higher than... It feels a lot higher. It's hitting about 35, yeah. That's what I thought. Ah, crap. Okay, so we definitely need the... There we go. So, like, the emitter is definitely a good item to take. Very much like garlic or onion. It does feel a little overpowered, especially if you've got the right buffs to help it through. We killed an elite. We got in a chest. Nice. Ooh. The emitter would definitely be the thing here. Damages around you. So, I'm a little concerned. The emitter doesn't say what it does. Well, it doesn't say what the level up does. It says what the emitter does, but not what the level up does. So, when you take the emitter, it doesn't say, oh, it increases damage and speed. No. When you take the emitter, it always says damages enemies around you. That's like really fucking helpful. I'm so glad it tells me the same thing it told me when I picked it. May need changing, may need working on, maybe an oversight, I don't know. It might be deliberate so that you don't take it because it's an overpowered item. I doubt it somewhat. We're coming up, excuse me. We are coming up to our score on the highest length of run we've had on this map. So, it's looking good. I don't feel that threatened. We can outmaneuver and outrun literally most of these creatures. We are kiting them around these areas. I'm just trying to get all this XP. Trying to leave the dogs a little further behind, but, you know, they're still there. I want the smaller enemies to get closer because the emitter will absolutely destroy them. It's just I also don't want to have them too close, because if they get a couple of cheeky hits in, I could die from just purely because of how many there are. Yeah, as you can see then, I just walked in through a tree. That clearly shows that there is no... Obviously, like, things like the rocks and stuff, yep, it would have a hitbox. But things like the small trees, and I think the small fences don't. I think the idea is you're meant to be big enough and scary enough that nothing really is going to slow you down or stop you. So, like, these trees, straight through them, no problems. I can test the fences out, but this rock is really handy for kiting enemies, so I'm going to stay here for a little bit longer. The overall goal now is to get to the end of this level. I'm going to get the emitter. Though I think what happens is when you get a item to the max level, you unlock the transmutation. That's just a guess. More than likely, it's actually how far you get through levels. But I'm just guessing that if you get to max level on an item, you unlock the ability to be able to transmutate it. I mean, we'll see if I get the emitter up to level 5, because we don't seem to be getting the machine guns abilities anymore. Now, I don't know how to transmute stuff, and if the... Okay, no. Maybe they're going for 15 minutes. Just looking at the top bar, I wonder if there's a big boss as well. It said, on 10 minutes, it said there was 1% left of, they say infection or something, contamination, that's what it said. Interesting, because there's still, by the look of that bar, we're almost hit 12 minutes now, so we've completely passed my personal record on this map. Which is hilarious, because I was very unsure about this character. Being the Sawblade, but as soon as you get the different abilities, you're fine. So it looks like it might actually go for 15 minutes. Although that timer isn't going up very quickly. I mean, I would have to do some fucking weird maths, but I guess I could guess that maybe it's even closer to 20 minutes, not 15. Right, that tree has a hitbox. Okay, so I think it's on... Look how many enemies there are! I think it's basically on common sense whether the background is big enough for you to squeeze through, or whether you're it's bigger than you. I think that's what it's based on. Really would like another level up game. Not gonna lie. Whoa, those things are fast and they look slightly different. Those ones are green. Oh god, there's so many. There's so many! I didn't get this far last time. I assume now the game is trying to push me to just die. So... Whoa, my god, there's so many enemies. I'm gonna go down here. There is a lot of XP. Try and force that level out. No level. Okay. Lucky enough with the emitter, we can kind of send these doggos a little flying. Oh, nice. Oh, my God. Why are they still spawning ahead of me? There are so many. God damn. Whoa, whoa, I can't move. Whoa, what happened? Okay, I think there's a hitbox there that I didn't notice. That will be the floor holes. I think the floor holes have a hitbox that you can't pass through, so that's worrying. Don't go onto that wooden platform bit. Right, we can get the emitter to the max level. I'm gonna do it. I assumed that something cool would have happened, like we now get the emitter constant. But no, but I guess they gotta balance it out some way. Would be incredibly broken to have the emitter going constantly, but it is going like pretty much every second. Every half second, maybe. It's pretty good still. Okay, we're getting a lot different. Okay, so we're up to 14 minutes. By the looks of it, it is 15 minutes. So we might actually complete this. I'm wondering whether it will just end the level, or whether it's going to, like, get rid of all the enemies and bring a big boss on. Then you have to fight the big boss. When you kill the big boss, you win. I don't know. I don't know. But it's going to be interesting to find out, I guess. Look at how many enemies they are. They keep getting each other's hitboxes and exploding like a wave of shit. This is not fun. Why, this is not fun. I mean, this is pretty cool. Having a faster character increases the fun of the gameplay, I have to say. Having a slower character still makes it feel like it's clunky and a bit boring. The faster the character, the more I've enjoyed it. Okay, everybody just disappeared. I guess I collect all of the scrap. Right, there we go. So we just got we unlocked the endless run for this map, and we've just unlocked the transmutation for the emitter. So that means I am correct. When you get to the max level, you unlock it as a... Wow, 15? Must mean that the other map is bigger and gives more XP. So that's interesting to know, but there you have it. So that concludes us pretty well. Or brings us to the end of the episode pretty well. So now we've unlocked the the transmutation of the emitter, which means that will probably come up. I didn't find very many for the machine gun, which I was pissed about, because I was going to try and transmutate that instead. But now we've unlocked this. So what I think it's going to do is, after you keep unlocking more and more, you're just going to get more and more powerful. Or you're going to have better upgrades to choose from. There is also... Yeah, so as you can see here, you got the auto repair here. You got the berserker. So if you've lost over time, when you lose, I assume That is a overtime one. So 10,000 HP, you unlock the Berserker, the plating, you got to survive for 12 minutes as a gladiator. And yeah, so ooh, play all levels. You play all levels. And obviously, there's the level unlocks, the endless unlocks, the character unlocks. There's a lot of stuff to unlock. And then you got the upgrades as well, which are lacking. I still have to say they are lacking. But I think that's deliberate because a lot of the things you unlock is due through progression. But I think that's it. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and a comment for me. I do enjoy reading them. If you have a suggestion on games that you want to see on this channel, or anything you want me to just test out, if it's doable, monetary-wise, then you can, yeah, just whack it in the comments and I'll have a look. I will definitely do it. Give it a go anyway. If you haven't already, you can catch me on Twitch. I stream 3 to 5 days a week, depending. I'm probably going to take Monday as a non-streamy day. Usually, I tire myself out over the weekend, so I'm never, like, ready and able to do it on the Monday. So probably never on the Mondays. So Tuesday to... yeah, so it's going to be 3 days a week. Oh, that's a bit crap. Because I have the Thursdays off because I play Magic the Gathering. So, you can catch me Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Fridays is usually a big stream where we do Twitch integration on 7 Days to Die. So, you do definitely come and check that out. You can only do that interaction through the Twitch chat, so be aware. You can also access my Discord. I am in my Discord. It's a fun place to be. You can also find my Steam account there if you want to add me as a friend or on anything. You can find that all there. I think that's a lot of spiel at the end there. I should try and write a script for that to cut it down. Thank you so much for watching. Love you all a long time. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.